Really?
I like when they just stack up a bunch of stuff.
Well, I haven't met a cookie I don't like.
That's good. They got the charity going.
It's kind of how
they
it goes.
They got the border battle. They got the cat fight. They got it all. Mental health awareness. It's great.
We're going to hear from Matt Lee from Sophie Squad, and they'll be a big part of. We'll be back at it on Friday night at Braemar with rivalry night between Minnetonka and Edina. Tradition Mortgage bought every ticket in the house, so it's free. Taking away any excuse. They want to pack the house, and they're really doing it first and foremost for girls, women's hockey, expanding it, moving it. You know, as Casey Hankinson said in one of our interviews, he was talking about, we want to kind of jump on Caitlin Clark mania, and the play has been so good, and like our group at MNHockeyTV has been loving it. We're going to hear from a bunch of our announcers that are out doing games too. So most of them doing the girls' games tonight, since this is a girls' game. But then we'll hear from a couple of guys' games too. The one I'm intrigued with is Moorhead and Bemidji, 8AA, maybe a section final preview going on up in Moorhead.
The cupboards are full up in Moorhead. I know that on the girls and the boys side.
Of course, the Panthers are in their dark if you're just checking in with us. And the Cougars in their familiar red. Should we take a look at the leaders on these teams? Might as well. Why not? Let's pull up this graphic. That's the wrong team. There we go. So you did mention the veteran leadership on one of the, what was it, North you said was loaded with the
South has a bunch of seniors.
Avery Miller, probably one of the greatest names in net too as well for South. Snowbanks, that's as good of a name.
That's not a real name.
That's what I took from the hub.
Oh my God, her name is Snowbanks.
Go look it up. It's amazing.
Oh my God, she should be the player of the game, even if she's just holding the clipboard.
Is that amazing?
That's great.
Avery Miller, want a quick story there? She opened for my band in Rosemont not long ago, this past summer. She is quite a talented musician. She can sing. She can play the guitar, and
their conference is kind of Rosemount, Farmington, Fire Lake, and Shakopee. But I'm guessing this is like a Hill Murray right there. You know, one of those teams, Edina, Minnetonka, they're going to go at each other every time they play. They probably grew up playing together. They know all the buttons to push. And they're going to feel good with the first squad. I know there's lots of stuff
in a small Lakeville in the night, sometimes 10 years. So they're on the same team moving along, and then they separate out into this post-up area. So there's nothing they don't know about each other. What else is interesting, John? You've got Lakeville North now. I'm going to place him at there. Lakeville North in Section 3 now. They moved from Section 1, so it used to be kind of had to get through each other, and now you could have both Lakeville teams in the state tournament. With South being 1AA and North. I know. I'd agree with that. Well, and that kind of gets into the whole border thing, because this is a very large square mileage city. You know how they drop the pins for the sections, and you wonder, like, do they really drop the pins for the sections? What's going on? Mics are muffled, we're told. We sounded good. just like that.
So only you sounded bad. That's good. I've been talking more, so it's probably fun.
Mark Williams, of course, our producer in the background, making sure things are put together here.
So when I love that we have these European producers helping us with the live stream, and I mean it must be, what is it, 2 a.m. for those?
They're
guys?
looking pretty exhausted.
They
They worked a full day today too.
They got a pot of coffee. Well, thank you guys for helping us out.
Totally appreciate it for sure.
Why do you think they throw ducks on the ice at a Panther Cougar game?
Hey,
That seems like a missed opportunity there.
absolutely crazy. So you got to launch that to the center dot.
No,
It's making me maybe want to go do some of this. Is Spencer going to take care of this?
My niece is going to do it.
He should be doing something too, though. Is he going to film her?
Yeah, we're going to document.
Is she at Lakeville North or South?
Lakeville South alum, goes to Nebraska. Got a big arm. I told her if she wins, she can keep it because I'm a classy uncle. So Maggie Flaherty, when she pops on her, I mean, this gal is a legend. Well, there's the first one. It's Lakeville North off to the early lead.
That was a power play marker, right?
Who would have seen that coming? This would be a good time to show my preseason pick, my pregame pick. Oh, there she
look,
is.
she's in the
Speaking of
house.
Devil. That's perfect timing, actually.
I mean, we were talking you up.
That is perfect timing. Lakeville North literally just scored like 1 second ago as you popped.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us. PWHL, Maggie Flaherty, Duluth, P-Dub, Lakeville North. By the way, Lakeville North, 42 goals, 130 penalty minutes. What were you doing in high school? Did you have a chainsaw? How do you even get 130 penalty minutes in high school?
I don't know. I think nothing has changed nowadays, minus maybe the 42 goals, but I don't know. I was probably just a little bit bigger kid than the rest of them.
It's just
You're
wonderful.
playing a P-Dub style game is what you were doing.
Yeah,
So-
like 15 years old.
Exactly.
Can we ask you some Lakeville questions? So, is there a border? They call this a border battle. Is there like a McDonald's in the middle of Lakeville where it kind of like it's the Mason-Dixon line? Or how do you keep track of it?
It used to be like train tracks. There's so many new houses nowadays that crazy, but like back in the day, it used to literally be like a train track or like cross under the highway. You were in like territory. It was like one road, I guess, basically.
And what do you remember about? Do you have fond memories of? It looks like you did well in the playoffs too. You had 6 games your freshman year, so you must have gone on a run your freshman year, maybe. Is that right?
8th grade or 9th? I think we went to state 8th grade year.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
What do you remember about high school hockey and community hockey and growing up here?
Oh God, it was I mean, especially games like this. Anytime you have that big, this game and bleachers full, and then like around the whole boards, it would just be like family, friends. Literally, everybody in the city would be just.
So Maggie, one of my favorite things about you is you have the flipper, like Jake Middleton. How does a girl hockey player lose some digits and some chiclets? What happened there?
I wish
The
I had
flipper.
a super cool story for you guys that maybe like correlated with my 140 penalty minutes, but honestly, I lost them when I was 8, and they just never came back.
Oh, wow.
Do you play with the flipper out?
I do, yeah.
Can you pop it out for us? Can we see? Oh my God!
Oh, wow. That's epic.
That is a legend.
That is
Yeah.
legend.
That's why I picked Lakeville North.
No, that is so good. The first thing he told me, he said, we got a flipper. Let's see if she'll pop it out for us. Boom, there it was.
Hey,
Yeah, I love to pop it out.
That's great.
It's a different energy. I like it. We know you're not going to stay long with us. How's the frost season going? Do you like the name? You like the logo? It seems like you got one of the good ones. You digging it?
Yeah, I'm digging it. I mean, anytime you get a new name, you're excited, and like some people question it, maybe like whatever, but I think it's grown on a lot of people. And I think the story behind it with like the cold, obviously like Minnesota winters and all the 10,000 lakes, like that kind of thing really resonates with us. So I think it's pretty cool. And then season, it's going well. I mean, we're about to go into a home game stretch, and we're kind of in the middle of it for all of January. And we head to Denver next week, so that's exciting. And yeah, it's been going well.
What's been for you, obviously after winning the cup, it's sort of a target, and things are different. There's expectations. How have you guys managed that as a group? I'll get it. Sorry.
I think we just kind of take the same mindset from even last year into this year. Like, yeah, there's going to be a target on our back, but practices are not going to change. We're still going to work hard, have that grit to us. And I feel like the message never really changed. So that consistency, I think, definitely helps us just play how we've been playing and how we played last year too. Yeah, so I think consistency is huge in that, and just our team motto just doesn't change.
So we're 1-0. You brought the energy for North. What's the final going to be here? Make your prediction.
Ooh, I'm gonna go 5-3 North, but with an open netter, so 4-3.
Oh, she's got a tight one.
I like it.
Yeah, I got a tight one. It's always pretty tight.
Like it.
And is there any difference, Lakeville North South? Are one of them like the Socias and the other ones are the Greasers? Is there any different vibe with the two cities, or is it just kind of where the train tracks were?
Just where the train tracks were. I mean, clearly I haven't been in high school for quite a few years now. I'm sure a lot has changed, but I feel like a lot of kids maybe had an identity back then or what they wanted to be, but I really don't know that one.
Awesome. Last question. What would you tell a young girl that wants to play in the P-Dub someday? What would be your advice to them?
God, I always say work hard and have fun. I mean, if you're going to be at the rink every day doing your thing, working hard, I mean, might as well have some fun with it. I mean, you're on a team sport, so you got to be there for the girls too. But yeah, definitely work hard. Like we always used to have back at this age, like the 5,000 pucks in your garage challenge, like 5 to 10,000, shoot the puck. So it's just little things like that, and have some fun with it.
That's great. I do want you to know one of these teams has a backup goalie, and her name is Snow Banks. I don't know if that Snow Banks. Her first name is Snow, and her last name is Banks. Unless somebody is pranking us, that is. I mean, you feel free to share that information with the rest of the P-Dub ladies at Tree. I mean, that's a legend.
Best name in hockey.
And
yeah, for real, especially as a goalie too.
The best name in hockey.
Like you're cleaning up your crease, making little piles, and your name is Snow Banks. Well, hey man, we love you. You're a true beauty. You're like I don't know. You're like the Jake Middleton of the P-Dub. So
hey,
thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for visiting.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Go North.
Maggie, take care.
What's up, Jake?
Look at this. We got another guest. That was perfect timing. Matt Lee from Sophie's Squad.org joins us. You're right where we were last week. Now it's White Bear Lake Stillwater Girls. His daughter, of course, plays on White Bear Lake. Matt, thanks for joining us here Tuesday Night Lights. Oh, he's muted here. Let me see if I can unmute him. Wait. Okay, try it again. We're not hearing Matt. Check your mic real quick. What was green there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Golden. Look at that. Nice
There
fix.
we go. Hey.
So how are things going out there? Give us a first period update.
Well, first period update. Right now, Bears in a rematch of Hockey Day Minnesota 2023. Bears versus Ponies. It's currently 0-0 after one. Bears are being outshot 7-6 and came out 0 for 1 on the power play in the first period. But we're looking to turn things around here in the second.
So in terms of, let's just get to the chase here for you.
Yeah.
Friday night, we got a big event at Braemar Arena. It's rivalry night. with Minnetonka and Edina, Sophie Squad. You've been a part of that specific matchup over the years,
Yes.
and this one's just kind of blowing up where we're filling up the house. First of all, tell us a little bit about Sophie's Squad and sophiesquad.org, what it is and how people can get engaged.
Yeah. Well, Sophie Squad started in 2021. We're a mental health organization that deals with promoting mental health for athletes from youth to college, and helping athletes understand that their mental health is really something that they need to take care of, just like they would take care of their physical health. And so we have mental health nights. We've been at everything from youth tournaments, youth games, high school games, Hockey Day Minnesota each year for the last couple of years, all the way up to PWHL. We had a Minnesota Frost versus Ottawa Charge game this year that we were a part of, and we're just trying to promote mental health for athletes.
So they're doing an event here at Lakeville for you. So how does it work? So how does the charity work? People give money and then you use that money to create programs and such?
We use that money to create programs, raise awareness. We have resources that we provide to all the athletes. So anytime an athlete participates in a Sophie Squad game, they get a gift bag that has some mental health resources. It has, usually a Sophie Squad shirt, a puck, and what we tell athletes is that when you see that piece of memorabilia that you got at a Sophie Squad game, we want you to think about your own mental health, but then we want you to look around in the locker room and see what you can do to help others that are on your team. Because we say a lot inside the ice, inside the boards, we're fierce competitors, but outside, we're all on the same team when it comes to mental health.
I love that you give the players a gift bag so that they're actually, so anybody involved with a Sophie Squad game is actually getting something to help with their own mental health. That's a little detail I don't think most people would think about.
Yeah, and in the beginning, when we started this back in 2021, our events were we were fundraising to be able to do the next event, to pay the t-shirt vendor so we could have t-shirts. But now we're to the point where we're also giving back in the community. So we sponsored the part of the athletic component of Children's Hospital in St. Paul. Children's Hospital in Minnesota. They have a brand new in 2022 mental health ward, and this is a huge need in our community. We have a way bigger problem when it comes to mental health than we have the resources to treat it. So, we're in addition to working just with athletes, giving them resources, helping raise awareness, helping to start the conversation. We're also giving back in other areas as well.
Hey, it looks like you guys played Lakeville South. You got them 3-1, the Bears.
We did. That was a fun game because there was a bear on the bench down in Lakeville South. Elsa Shorey was a White Bear Lake Bear. She coached our team for a few years.
And from Union.
Yes, from Union. And so she's down in Lakeville now. Her family lives down in New Prague, I think, and so she coaches in Lakeville South, and our girls were fired up for that one to play in front of their old coach.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the way. We're big fans of Coach Velke and Verkerke, and I remember watching. Your daughter was like number 37 or something like that, or she had a high number when she was young.
No. Madeline's always been number 5.
Okay, but I just remember I wanted her on the power play when she was like a 8th grader or 9th grader. So you got a real good group of players coming through. You're doing a great thing, making a difference with Sophie Squad. So thanks for joining us, and get the W out Stillwater.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. What do we got at the game you're watching on TV right now? What's the matchup?
We just had Maggie Flaherty on from the PW Frost. She's a Lakeville. Awesome. I think she timed her appearance to jump on the stream right after Lakeville North went up 1-0.
Okay.
She did take her teeth out for us, which is not something you see every day in girls hockey, so that was pretty cool. And so we got to chat with her, and it's 1-0 Lakeville North in the first period over South.
Okay, great. So that's a great rivalry game. This is a great rivalry game up here in Stillwater. Bears versus Ponies. I know you guys were sitting right about where I am over the week watching the boys, and the girls is no different. They all know each other. They all want to win, and so this game is I think it's gonna come down to who wants it most tonight.
Yeah, it's the cat fight, right? It's the Cougars and the Panthers, and you got Bears Stillwater. There's a lot of history there as well. I don't know
Bears and Ponies, orange and red clash. We all know that.
No, it'll be good. So have some fun there, and good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Good work. See ya.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you all out on Friday night. And Friday night ice out at Braemar. Stop by the Sophie Squad booth if you get a chance. The Edina girls actually made a custom sweatshirt for mental health that we'll have on sale there. It's going to be a great night.
Do you know how they're getting those tickets to people? So they bought them all. They're trying to fill Braemar for a girls' high school game. They want it to be jam-packed. So they just going to schools and handing out tickets. How are they doing it?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm getting in free with Sophie Squad, so I'm sorry I don't have an answer for you, but it's going to be a great night at Braemar. Get your hands on one of those free tickets if you can.
Yeah, just show up and you should be good.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a frozen screen here.
Uh-oh.
All right, Matt, we'll let you get back.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye now.
All right, we'll get a look at that real quick. Yours truly has to perform a little surgery here on a broadcast. That's just part of my life. So hopefully you can bear with me here, John, and help me fill.
In Eastern Europe, some guys are jumping out of their bunk beds to help us.
Okay. Are we live as a whole?
Why don't we cut to a 2-shot? It's in between periods.
Okay. I got to fix the stream in Minnetonka and Eden Prairie here. This is part of my life. So why don't we just go to the panel here right now? There we go. Does that work for you?
It does.
So when is the Chuck-a-Duck going to occur?
In a second. You want me to do some ad reads?
Yeah, go for it.
Can they see us? What do they see?
They're seeing you. This is just me here.
Well, we got to thank our sponsors. We're going to grow this thing. We're going to figure out all the tech. It's pretty amazing what we're trying to do here with all.
Okay. Oh, he's not using his regular mic? Okay. All right.
Can you hear me better? Let's just throw the stats up there. We can start with second period.
I just got to do this real quick.
I can't be around you. Don't give me too much.
All right, good deal. We are restored on the stream. Good to know it's in view. And let's go back and take a look just to make sure here. Let's go grab that stream. Boom, there it is. All right, we are between periods. Lakeville North is leading Lakeville South 1-0. They had a goal midway through the first period. A little bit of out-of-town score for you here. North Wright County is leading Buffalo 2-1 after 1 in their game, and we should be hearing from a few other people. Tim Kolehmainen will be joining us here tonight. We've already heard from Maggie Flaherty. We also had Matt Lee join us from Sophie Squad. And then we'll have maybe a couple other announcers joining us as well here tonight as we continue to bring you all of the coverage of Tuesday Night Lights. John King shaking hands, kissing babies, doing the deal. Nobody does it better than John. And yeah, waiting for our next guest here, and got a nice one going.
10-6. Thanks for asking.
10 to
It is 1-0. If you're watching at home, we're still working everything out here. So thanks for bearing with us. We got this Ferrari of an app that lets people dial in from all over. We're still figuring it out. So
yeah, we are. Well, I had another issue because I don't do a lot of scheduling. And I scheduled the Minnetonka girls, Eden Prairie girls game to the wrong rink. So I scheduled it to Eden Prairie. What is that, Pagel? So I told that this is how it goes in this business. If you can deal with the fact that you're like harming people's children when the games don't go live, you're going to be great. So that's why I'm back. We're good.
You looked stressed out. Well, hey, welcome back. It's 1-0 Lakeville North.
Correct.
Maggie Flaherty popped in right on the live stream, got him up 1-0. But the veteran squad from South, I mean, they got a whole wall of seniors. I mean, there's like 13 of them.
Yes.
So they should be able to figure this out. And she expected a high-scoring game. So should we give some love to our sponsors?
Let's give some love to our sponsors.
So the people helping us with this Cub Foods, we got Spencer Collins out there, Brown, Cub Foods gift cards, doing trivia. I mean, this Cub Foods trivia has gotten out of hand. He was in our office today, and he turned to me at one point and he said, "Do you know that a panther can roar?" I don't even know if that's true. That's what he said. So he was digging into that. But Cub Foods is our local grocery store. They do sell everything you need. They've got great deals, great value. We're really tapped into the local sports scene, whether it's the Wild, the Homer Hanky, the headset on PJ Fleck. And the greatest thing about Cub is they're willing to just try stuff like this. Like, yeah, let's do it. And we'll cook some burgers out front. We'll give you some gift cards. Let's do it. And on the other side, if you walked into this building, it's called Haas Arena. Is that what they say?
I think it's Hasi.
Hasi Arena. Hockey Yak has their big van parked out front blasting music because you can't stop the yak. Yaks are just like the hockey player. They're tough, have bad teeth, and great flow. These guys make rink coats, hoodies, breakaway vests, coach's bag. One of the things I love is they sell a coach's bag with a little Velcro square, a hockey bag. So whatever team you're playing on, if you got a summer team or you play for a different high school than your youth, you can just swap out the logo on there and switch it. So I think parents will really like that.
I mean,
hockey
that's for something like a person or player in the NHL who has played on a different team 7 straight years to close out the campaign. Perfect for them. But now,
they call it a suitcase.
But at the youth level, we can do that as well. I mean, that's kind of how it's gone, isn't it?
I hope that's not what we want. We want the Maggie Flaherty's that corrects me and says, that must have been 8th grade when I went to state.
I know. I know.
That's the community hockey model, playing with your buddies all the way up to high school.
It is just crazy. When she said the 8th grade, I said, wow, that's like a whole other level. Can you imagine getting to anything like a state tournament at that age?
No. At 130 penalty minutes in high school. She said she kept it up in college. Let's look. So we got 80. Why don't we do the mic?
So does he have his mic in? Let's try this. Let's just take this. Try that. Oh, maybe it got muted. Okay, now try it. You can talk into it just like that. Yep. Yep. While he's switching the mics and we're getting him, should we check in with Spencer? He has a first intermission report for us. While we're here.
I'm good.
Okay, so these were a nice experiment. They will get better as we go. I see Tim Kolehmainen is in the house, so let's bring Tim in. Tim, how are you? John King with us here. Tim Kolehmainen from Breakdown Sports USA. He is the author of that Bible of a book you saw last week.
Oh, that thing was cool. Yeah, the giant book.
So, Tim, how was your game going there?
There's like a minute left in the second period, and it's 2-1 Moorhead. So Bemidji's hanging tough.
Are they as advertised? Are they as advertised?
They look legit to me. It was, I tell you what, Moorhead scored 2 goals in like the first 3.5 minutes of the game. And then it's been, actually Bemidji's had the better of play for about the last period now. So They got that first goal about midway through the second, and then put a lot of pressure on, hit the post once, missed an open net on another one. I mean, this game could be tied.
And this
Very
is
easily.
a boys game or girls?
Boys game. Yep.
Oh, so that's a heavyweight. I've watched that Moorhead team play. They got puck possession down to a science up there.
Yeah, you said
If you don't win
it's
the
a 3-on-3.
if you don't win the face-off, you're not going to get the puck. So Bemidji's good, huh?
Yeah. I've been impressed so far. I hadn't seen them yet this year, and through 2 periods, they're playing. They're actually out shooting Moorhead right now, and playing right with them. So,
do you feel it's like that could be a 1-2 seed type matchup, section final potential?
oh, absolutely. From everything I've seen up here so far, everybody kind of assumed that Moorhead was going to be an easy 1 seed and kind of walk to the state tournament. But from what I've seen from Bemidji tonight, there's a reason they've won 10 games already. They look good. They've been. Moorhead had a lot of puck possession, like you said, in that first period. Got the 2 early goals. Bemidji kind of tightened things up, and really they've been, like I said, for the second period, they were pretty much in control. I think they outshot Moorhead, 12 to 5-ish in that second period. So,
what do you think of Lakeville? We're going to just downshift right out of that for a second. What do you think of Lakeville North, Lakeville South girls being in different sections? Kind of wild, isn't it?
It is wild. They've done the high school league has done that a couple of times in different sports that I cover. They're together in some of the sports. They're separated in some of the sports. It is weird. It's like, why would you put 2 close rival schools from the same community in different sections? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But
it's all geographic, and what's interesting, if it's geographic, you couldn't get any closer than these 2. But obviously, something I think would say happened there for sure. What have you seen in terms of the? You're out and about around all of these arenas. What has stood out to you on this season? Let's talk girls hockey first. What have been the signs that you've been really looking to and being drawn to?
One of the things it surprised me a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot, but as good a start as Centennial has had this year. I expected them to be good, but I didn't think they would be this good. So that's been kind of a shock to see them jump into that group with. You've got the usual suspects, the Minnetonkas and the Edinas and the Andovers, and the usuals. But to see them jump into that group
we have a goal that was just scored here, John.
Lakeville North, another one. So the Young Bucks are taking it to the Oldsters from South. So who could have seen this coming besides Maggie Flaherty and maybe me in my Hockey Yak pregame prediction? 2-0 Lakeville North.
So Centennial Spring Lake Park surprised you. How about just the overall? You've got Class A team that defeated Centennial Spring Lake Park, and then you've got Benilde St. Margaret's and Orono going at it the way they've been going at it. It was Holy Angels that beat Centennial Spring Lake Park. Do we even need to classify these teams anymore? Because it seems so balanced from AA to A.
I would say if you were asking one of the single A schools, they'd say, no, keep us away from Edina and Andover and Minnetonka. Let's stay where we're at. Of course, then you're stuck with Warroad and some of those other Class A powers, Orono. But those top level single A teams, just like at the boys' side, totally can compete with the AA schools. There's no doubt about it. But I think top to bottom, single A with the fewer students that each school has, and it just makes more sense. They don't have that big of a draw. They don't have that student body to draw a complete roster from. So you get a lot of single A schools, even the really good ones. Maybe they have a really good line, and then just try to hold the fort with the second and third lines. But
I call it the Rosso model. You need what, guys? 5 players per class to be able to win a title or be productive in the playoffs. And that's what's the beauty of hockey. If you can generate 15 to 17 players, divide that over now, I guess 4 classes, because we're using the freshman class as well. you can compete with anybody. And I think we're seeing a lot of that this year, which has been really good. John, what do you got?
Do you do your big book of hockey for girls as well, or is that just?
I do,
boys?
yeah. Yep. No, we do one for each. Yeah. So
Can you
That's me.
confirm? Can you confirm for us that there's a goaltender on one of these teams whose name is Snow Banks?
Am I missing you?
Can you hear us now? Hello? Hello? You know what? He's got AirPods on, and I'll give you a nickel that says his AirPods are dead. Look at him.
I got you.
Can you hear us now?
Technical problem here. Yeah.
So John
it's my
asked the
first time
question.
calling in.
Go ahead. John
Yeah.
has a question for you.
Well, if you do the big girls book of hockey, can you
missed
confirm
the
or
question.
deny? Can you confirm or deny? Is there a goaltender on one of these teams with the actual name Snow Banks? First name Snow, last name Banks. Is that a true story? Because that's legendary in the hockey name category.
It's possibly the best hockey name we've ever heard of. I don't think he can hear us. I think we're losing him.
I'm trying to go back in.
Okay.
You know, I am up here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can
I'm
hear
up
you
here,
great.
Up here, right? Oh, okay. I can hear you guys now too. For the
Okay.
longest time, I couldn't get you in my headphones, but I got you now. So
I don't know if you've heard this question. The listeners have a few times, but I'm gonna ask you again. Is there a goaltender on one of these teams with the actual name Snow Banks? First name Snow,
Snow
last name
Banks.
Banks.
I'm gonna
That's what our
assume
report says.
I have heard the last name Banks, but I have not heard the first name Snow. My mind says that's a nickname, but if it's not a nickname, that is one of the great hockey names ever.
Especially as you're stacking that little bit of powder on each side of the net, and your name is Snow Banks. Maybe play a Winter Classic, get the beanie on top of the goalie helmet.
I mean, she's got to have white pads too, right? Just clean white pads.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, stack those up and.
I'm checking this because it's
He
all,
didn't
all
believe
I've
me.
been
Like
able
I
to-
had that on the opening graphic,
It's
and he
all I
was.
can think about.
It's
actually
completely
ruined the-
overmatched him
it's
right now.
ruined the whole broadcast. to be honest.
It's he's been
besides the
fixated.
technology.
No, he's
I
been
haven't
fixed
able
with
to
it.
push past this.
So- So you guys asked me that question like 4 times before I finally heard it there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's go. One of the big things you do is you cover the state tournament, and I know you do a lot of the pictures for the MSHSL for like the press pool. We're grabbing his
Correct.
photos, and then you also take pics for your book. Obviously, when you look back over time of all of the girls' state high school hockey tournaments that you've covered, what for you has been? It's hard to say the best moment, but what have been the moments that have stood out to you in your coverage of the girls' state high school hockey tournaments?
Well, you're gonna get a really biased answer from me right now, just because I'm a Moorhead guy up here now. I got a really big kick out of seeing Moorhead. I think this was 2 years back now. Return to the state tournament for the first time in about 20 years. They ended up losing they got blown out essentially by Gentry Academy in that quarterfinal, and then Gentry went on to win it all. But the Spuds came back and won the consolation title, and I mean they treated it like it was a state championship. And so, personally, my daughter was a JV player, and so she was down there watching the games. And so personally, that was a big moment.
So
Now,
so for you, it was a personal connection,
totally,
and the
personal.
local connection type of scene for you, which
Yep.
was big. How
A
about
lot
from
of those girls I knew, growing up, they played with my daughter, and it was just fun to see that. Fun to see them get back there.
has there been has there been an electric moment? Anything that stood out, like this game wouldn't end, or the tension was so high, you're like you didn't know what was going. You didn't want it to end.
Well, we've had a lot of really good Edina Andover state championship battles,
Yeah.
and those games are really tough to pick apart. Edina's kind of had the Andover's number for the most part, but each of those games was super high level hockey. I remember, and I'm going to go way back in the day here. I remember when I first started covering girls hockey, it was late 90s. It had only been around for a couple of years. And just the level of play that you see now, like top to bottom. Your top level players have always been good. But top to bottom now, it's just amazing how good everybody has gotten. It's impressive to see.
Well, the one thing that I've been saying, Tim, is it's like an incremental thing. So the Trailblazers have first started the game in the mid 90s and then kind of advancing it into the 2000s. And then the Sammy Reber Cowger groups of the 2010s, as they started to really grow the game. And then I have noticed an acceleration of the game over the last 5 years. I'd even say since COVID. I've noticed a huge uptick in puck movement, skill, and it's just such a great game to watch.
It is. I have another personal story, but a very humbling experience I had. I played pickup hockey in Roseville once, a couple of times against Jenny Potter. You remember Jenny Potter?
Oh yeah. Did she roll
US
you?
Olympian. Oh, she just killed me. I mean,
She's a tough
she was, she's about 5 feet tall, and I thought, I got her, and she just killed me. I had no shot against her.
Well, it certainly changed. I remember taking my daughter to see Chrissy Wendell play at the Coliseum, right? And that was still back in the day where there would be the one special player that would score 7 goals. And now the whole girls' game has just gotten awesome. I think the P-Dub being a huge – I remember so many hockey dads just saying, well, it's not like they're going to play in the NHL.
Right.
When they decide if they're going to go to Breakfast Club or whatever the training was going to be. And now it's like, actually, they could.
No, yeah, you can.
And so I think that's been a huge shift, and it's only going to get better, the skill development.
Well, what I think's been interesting to you guys is I love the P-Dub brand of the physical play that was allowed, and I think it speeds the game up. I think it forces quicker decisions. And the puck movement gets so much quicker and crisper. And you just tend to wonder if it's kind of like filtering down into the collegiate and the high school levels. Certainly, they're able to get shoulders, take sticks, do some shoulder rubbing, things like that, which I think has really helped the game. You don't need to have open ice naming to have a nice physical game, and that's kind of what I've been seeing. And I think that's helping escalate the pace of the game. The P-Dub is definitely a leader in that regard. So, that's been the biggest changes I've seen.
Yep, I would agree. That's and as the skill level of the players go up too, that body contact doesn't result in, somebody getting blown up at center ice or whatever. You can take a hit, and you can give a little bit of a hit too, and not have it be an issue.
Well, there's puck protection, and they're not turning it over because they know how to protect the puck and they know how to position themselves, and it's just become a really, I think what John's saying. There'd be 1 or 2 players that you go see. Oh, okay, this player is incredibly special. There'd be like handful. Now every team has 1, 2, 3, or 4 of those players. Every team.
In the best girls team, you can't tell who the best player is because they just got a dozen of them, and they're all playing the right way. They're all playing hard. They all have skill, and that depth is what wins championships in boys or girls.
Tim, if you were to be writing a story for Breakdown Sports USA today, what would that story be on the season? What would you be pointing to?
Are we talking girls still? Or are we?
Just go overall.
Overall?
Yeah.
It would be how he missed the Moorhead Bemidji game in the lobby talking to us. I think
that's right.
Right.
That would probably be the
I got a 2-1 game here going into the third
he missed
period.
a great game. Just, fiddling with his AirPods in the lobby. I think that would be the article. 600 words.
2-1 going into the third.
The title is I Hate Pete. I think something like that.
Yeah, and Pete's dragging me out here. You know what? I'm gonna move my way back into the arena here.
Oh, this is the cue that we're gonna lose him because that's always what happens.
Well, thanks for joining us, brother.
We'll
get that story idea from you later. You go enjoy that third period. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it,
thanks,
buddy.
boys. Good talking to you.
Take care. One of the good dudes in hockey right there. Story with him. When we started the whole MN Hockey Hub stuff together, it was sort of he and I as the main contributors before Lauren Nelson was even in the scoop. And then he came a year later, but it was kind of like a trifecta.
Nice save. right
But,
there, breakaway for North. I heard you.
Yeah,
but,
no. We got a game here that is absolutely rolling along.
Well, it's kind of a pitcher's duel, right? I mean, I think I'm confused, right? I'm confused that South has all this veteran leadership, and North is up 2-0. I guess because my understanding is the North team is very young, so maybe that's the way the game's going.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I've been seeing a lot more in the world of the blend, is what I would say, where it's a blend between old and younger, and that's kind of where the look at that high in the slot.
And got it. That's 3-0 North.
Oh, they're getting a nice little lead going here, a little comfort level for their game.
Somewhere on the other side of the railroad tracks, Maggie Flaherty just popped her teeth out. 3-0 North.
That was amazing. So what's the border? I don't know really. I think it's some railroad tracks. Maybe it's kind of under a bridge. But I'm sure this community has grown and changed so much since she was here, in terms of just expansion and building and things like that.
It seems like a great place to live. My brother lives out here, and Lakeville seems like a pretty cool spot. You can walk into the little downtown, and it seems like people that are from here really, really love it.
They do. Well, kind of like you. Where are you at, White Bear?
Yep.
There's a lot of pride there, for sure. I think every community really has it to a degree when you think about it, you know.
Well, this cat fight is leading the way of North.
Yeah, Maggie was saying 4-3 to 5-3 with an empty netter, and
South has work to do to make that happen.
They do.
Hey, between periods, Pete, we are loaded up with fan content.
What do we got?
We got everything from an ODR breakdown outside. There's outdoor ice right out here next to the regular arena.
Amazing.
We got an interview with another charity, Mosaic Hockey. We have Spencer playing in the high school band.
Seriously?
Yes, I don't know what instrument. And we have a food review. So if you watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, you're going to want to stick around in the second period break and watch.
Boy, I've got some work to do. Let's see if he put them into the mobile.
So,
Nope.
Ponies, you guys are the
That's not the one we
ponies,
want.
you guys are the ponies, right? Yeah. All right. You guys have pony fry?
See what happens when you tap a Mac just like that. Bang, it pulls that up.
We'll load them in. Cool. I sent that to you.
I know you did. I saw you.
Snow Banks exist, and she's a ninth grader at Lakeville South. She plays goalie, and her name is Snow Banks. That is, I mean, every social media account in the world of hockey would support that.
Did you? I've often wanted to ask you this question, but I don't know if I can ask it to you. Like it's an identity thing. Can we?
Well, they probably can't hear us anyway, so just.
It's about a different project you do.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing a version of a girls'
Hockey
team?
here?
Yeah.
I've tried, man. I'm shocked that, like, if you think of Maggie Flaherty, she would for sure get a mullet.
If she walked up with the chiclets?
Well, she would get a mullet, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to grow back. It's the tournament.
So you've tried, and so have you
to-
tried to do different,
I
like,
have talked to so many high school girl players, just like, hey, just get stripes, get a mullet, roll onto the blue line. We'll mix you right.
is it a strong no? It's a strong no.
They're
Is
not
it?
interested in doing that. They're either a ponytail or a bun. It's more wrap. I've tried to do it, but there's not anything there. The girl did win the hockey here once. She was number one. So she came out, threw her hair around, sold it. but I've looked at it every year to see if somebody was trying.
It's been on the table, but
it's just
yeah.
It doesn't seem like they want
How
to
do you-
play those Rangers games with their appearance.
No,
But I know there's crazy knucklehead hockey players on the girls' side that would throw a mohawk together or something.
100%. Okay, so then,
It'll happen.
how much does the wow factor when someone gets introduced and you hear the whole building go, oh, it's almost like a high school musical scene when you hear that. Does that ever play into it?
Well, I think it's funny. I notice it when I'm looking at the footage. The truth is, I like good hockey here. So what I'm looking for is great hockey here. I'm not looking for somebody that shaved.
Yes, you like a guy
the planet.
Yeah, you like traditional good hockey here.
World class hockey here. I'll put the other people in there just because it's part of the tournament. But as far as the top 10, it's got to be like if you saw someone, if somebody you didn't know said, you know, you just met a guy at the restaurant and they were describing him. They said, actually, dude has amazing hockey hair. And then you walked into the restaurant and the guy had a shaved head that looked like a leopard. You'd probably be like,
that's not him.
That's not hockey
No,
hair.
you'd see a guy with real hockey hair, kind of like yours.
I'm a purist.
Like yours. And you just go, boom, done. I think that if you go blonde,
Bleaching is a reach. Bleach is a reach.
Here's the problem
You
with
just
the
can't
bleach.
see if the hair is good.
If you're bleaching it and it's orange, because you got to go full Ric Flair white for it to be right, in my opinion.
And you'll notice the teams that go all the time, a lot of them, they don't bleach, right? It's just hard to tell who has
The
gray
Hornets
hair.
never bleach, do they?
No, and it's just hard to tell when, when everybody's got the yellow dye, you just can't tell what's happening.
Totally agree. It's not original when 7 of the 8 teams have the yellow dye going, isn't it?
It makes my nonsense job a lot harder, that's for sure.
So did you really try to end it one year? Or
Yeah, I was going to stop with when my son graduated, but Great Clips at the time reached out and they donated a big chunk of money to the Hendrickson Foundation, and Duke Cannon has stepped up the last several years, and I just had too many hair jokes in my head. I couldn't sleep at night, so I just kept doing it. And it's never been about me. It's just been a sideshow to the greatest high school tournament ever. So, as long as it's funny, why not?
do you want to know what I think you hit? I'll tell you, the kid, it was that era that I think was the best work. They're all great, but this is your top of the hill. Remember the kid from LDC, kind of a short, he had the stripes. Remember Litchfield Dassel Gato kid?
Yeah,
Jake
he actually shaved his eyebrows.
Yeah. You just but that whole bit was so good. Whenever that was the camera.
When Barry Melrose came.
And that's when he tried to copy it.
He did it.
No, he did it with
us.
you.
Yeah,
That's right.
he came to my
That's right.
house. He's awesome.
I suppose he had stories.
He is so great. You think of every sport, right? Golf has David Faraday, maybe. Basketball has Barkley. Football used to have John Madden. Maybe now they got Pat McAfee. Hockey is definitely very known.
Ooh, Marv and Eric are going to check in. Let's get them right now.
Hey, Pete, can you hear us?
We can. Marv and Eric Helgeson, you guys are on a call right now. You've got, they're actually doing the Stillwater game between White Bear Lake. Let us know a little bit about that one. How's it going, guys?
Well, I'll start, Eric. I mean, it's two teams that are still struggling a little bit this year. Stillwater's 4-10-2, White Bear Lake's 5-10-2, and you can just tell both teams are having a little bit of a difficult time scoring and putting pressure on the net. We do have one goal. It's 1-0 right now. White Bear Lake is up on a goal by Carly Griffin. We kind of expect Madeline Lee or Amanda Smythe or Talia Domshot. Those are their three big guns that have put a lot of points on the board so far this year to put the puck behind the net. But Carly Griffin gets her second goal this season, and 1-0 after 2 periods.
So we got a father-son duo with our amazing tech that we're able to use, calling the game from. Okay, now Marv, you're from Burnsville, right?
I grew up in Burnsville, the Burnsville Braves. Kevin Gorg was our goaltender for our state championship in 1985.
And then you moved to, what do you call the little town on the west side of the Dream? Okay, you moved there. Eric, you started your puck dreams there, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then you guys somehow happened upon into New Jersey. Is that correct?
We did, yeah. We spent 4 years in Belgium, where Eric played for a team called the Leuven Chiefs.
The Belgian Nationals. Okay, yeah.
There were about 11 teams in the whole country of Belgium, like 10 rinks.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. We traveled around Europe and stuff playing hockey. German, Dutch, French teams. It was super cool over there.
Belgium's underrated.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about that, Eric?
Ooh, about Belgium, I think just the travel. Honestly, our we had a tournament in Turku, Finland, which is where the Koivus grew up playing, and a lot of big time Finnish players there. Tournaments in just about every Western European country, which was super fun. And we ended our experience there with a tournament in Beijing, China. So we were just kind of traveling all around. It was super fun.
That's awesome. Hey, we've got a duck toss happening here on the screen. For some reason, even though
they're throwing ducks,
the Panthers are playing the Cougars. This is a plastic. Sorry to wreck your eardrums here. This is a plastic duck toss. I did buy three for $5 because I'm kind of a high roller.
Well, best of luck to you on that.
Gave them to my niece. She's an alum, so she's a college student. Stronger arms than most of the high schoolers. So hopefully we've won this thing. That would be so great.
Well, we're certainly hoping for the best for you.
I don't know how we'll find out. I don't remember what my numbers were.
You know, just real quickly with the game here, I wanted to mention also Haley Samnitsky. I've been impressed with her. You know, it's the goaltender for Stillwater. She came in with a .924 save percentage, and she's actually made some really solid saves. Flashed a leather on almost a breakaway of a Madeline Lee, and had a quick leg left pad save as well that kept the Stillwater in the game early. She's had an outstanding game so far as well. Sorry to break away from the duck toss there. I know that's a thrilling part of the intermission entertainment.
Yeah, it's a big deal. You know, we kind of build the program around it.
We do. You know, we were absolutely could not believe that there was a duck toss as opposed to a chuck-a-puck. And I just did. I was I was very impressed to see that stuff was actually being launched. Like, I didn't know it could get that far.
Well, it looks like they did pretty well. Everybody
There's
got
a lot
close
of them
to the
too.
target.
Are they weighted ducks? I mean, if you
No, these are like the same ducks you see on the Jeep Wrangler hoods. You know, the little plastic. They're about the size of I don't know, if you rolled up a piece of paper, they're about that big.
That's not an easy toss.
No, people did well. Lakeville is dialed on duck tossing.
They are definitely dialed on duck tossing. We've got
a lot of shenanigans.
You won't believe this third period's going to be wild. I think.
Well, let's load them up.
We're load. That's what we're doing right now, processing this through. Marv, Eric, appreciate your work with MNHockey.tv on the call tonight. Stillwater and White Bear Lake girls. We'll let you get back to it. Thanks for joining us.
1-0 White Bear Lake after the second period.
Go Bears.
Thanks, guys.
Which one are you going to show first?
Well, I got to get these to upload. They're not really taking, so we'll see what's happening here. This one is the one I want right here.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing
a baritone.
We do have a preseason prediction in here somewhere, a pregame prediction. Let's see.
We played that one.
Oh, good.
None of these are going up. Let's see what he has here. They're still cleaning up the ducks. So they are in there. They're just not with a thumbnail. Learning something new every day. So let's get this first one here. And this is going to be, I think this was a between periods interview that Spencer did. We'll check this one out real quick.
Welcome to the first intermission. We're doing the ODR review presented by Hockey Yak. Ice so good, a yak just has to walk on it. So here at Lakeville, they have this amazing complex right outside the rink. Basically, this is an open air rink that's covered on top. So the sides are... Welcome to the first intermission. We're doing the ODR review presented by Hockey Yak. Ice so good, a yak just has to walk on it. So here at Lakeville, they have this amazing complex right outside the rink. Basically, this is an open air rink that's covered on top. So the sides are completely open, and they have a full-size rink in here, as well as an operational scoreboard. I gotta tell you, this is one of the sickest rinks that I've seen. That's an outdoor, indoor covered rink. Amazing. So what I find really cool about this is that you can go from one rink to the next. You look through the doors there, you can see all the way onto the ice sheet. All the locker rooms are there, and you have access to this beauty right through here. Incredible setup here. That you've got access to an indoor rink and an outdoor rink, all from the comfort of your locker room.
You know what's so great about that is it looks like a car park. Like when you pull up, there's just a roof over it.
It does.
They got the full sheet there. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, why do they have that?
I thought it was like one of those DOT things where the sand is.
And it looks like there's a rubber mat, so you can just go from sheet to sheet.
It's pretty amazing. It does look like a parking space.
Yeah, it looks like a car park down in Florida.
Right. And then
California.
you see it, you go, oh, there's ice.
Which also shows you, like, it doesn't need to be the most expensive
100%.
thing on the planet to put an outdoor sheet, so people aren't relying on Mother Nature to keep playing it and let kids have some creativity outside.
Have you seen The Rock in St. Louis Park?
Yes, great.
Amazing open hockey all the time, like 10 o'clock at night. They are ripping it up. I'd like to be the neighbors across the street, those high-rise apartments. That would be something.
So that's some strong content from Mr. Collins, sponsored by Hockey Yak, your source for apparel and rink coats and breakaway vests and all the goodies. Check them out at Hockey Yak.
Should we see what this one is?
Yeah, I think just keep playing it. It's
go
not
surprise.
if it's as good as that one.
Yeah.
I want to see. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to make me feel
It's not
good.
just because we
You
only
already
had
showed
one
this.
patch for one of the schools.
Oh, we did this
Flaherty's
one
going to
already.
be on the broadcast from the P-Dub.
Well, let's
She
just
played
leave
at
it anyway.
Lakeville North. I'm picking North in this one, even though they're a younger squad. We, the North. Hockey Yak, Tuesday Night Lights, Week 2 prediction.
I'm working on 2-0 right now. By the way.
You are,
I had
aren't you?
White Bear over Stillwater. I had North is up. It's not over yet, but we're up 3-0. Let's see this band video.
Yeah, we are. We're getting close. It's there's something going on with that file. It's not wanting to get past that 90%, so I'm going to try it one more time. But this needs to happen. Like I would almost do a screenshot of this if I had to. I mean, it's that good. So we'll just kind of wait these ones out. I got more that I'm going to add to the mix here. Like, I mean,
Yeah, he interviewed there's a gentleman here with Mosaic Hockey, helping people of color get into the game. So I know he interviewed
that one's
him
coming next.
as well. And there is a food review. Spencer's very serious about hot dogs, popcorn. This is a guy who's spent considerable time sleeping in his car, going to stadiums and rinks all over. So if he says your popcorn or your hot dogs are good, they probably are.
So you're saying he's a professional?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what he tried here at the old Lakeville Arena.
All right, we're going to take a look here. I guess it's going to take me a second to get this one loaded in. So if we can get him to the level where he doesn't need to edit them, this is on-air production meeting, he can just dump these right in here and I can just be doing this. So this will only get tighter and better. But Spencer clearly has no fear. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, this is going to be like just a little bit of a surprise for you, John.
Remember the volume.
Remember the volume. It's all the way up there. See that right there? So we're going to add one of these guys right here. All right, we'll take a look at this one here real quick, and I will get this right. Oh, and it's upside down, but okay. There he is, upside down. Did he play?
I think we've actually got the first.
Oh, no question. That's an iMovie for you right there. Remember an iPhone. Did he play that? He played. He knows his way around that thing.
Was that your... Can we flip it up a break?
Yeah, we can sure try when we do that. Let's bring in Matt Harrington. Matt, you've got the Care 11 game of the week, Hockey Night Minnesota. Holy Family Orono, what is going on there, buddy? You're muted. Hold, please.
How about now?
We're good there.
All right, so we've got a 2-0 game in favor of Holy Family. A couple of goals in that middle period. 28-14 your shots in favor of the Fire, but important to note, Orono down a couple of players. Macy Rasmussen and Maddie Kimbrell are not in the lineup there over at the U18 Women's World Championships in Finland.
They've got more important things to do.
That's right. So they are not in the lineup, but Holy Family looking very solid so far, up 2-0 after 2.
What do you think of Holy Family? They've been kind of up and down and sort of riding the wave, but we were talking to Tim Kolehmainen earlier about how it doesn't matter if you're A or AA, it doesn't matter if you're ranked 1 or 2 or how that goes. They are all beating each other.
Yeah, it's been that kind of season where, everybody's kind of been beating each other, as you said, and I believe you said that on Sunday as well for Inside the Bubble program. But yeah, they've played a difficult schedule. They've lost to some of the top teams. Edina, Minnetonka, Moorhead, Hill, Murray, and Warroad are their 5 losses. So you look at their schedule, and they do still have some tough ones coming up. They're in a tough section with Minnetonka as well, but they're still managing to win a lot of these good games as well against some of these teams. So tonight would be a prime opportunity to beat an Orono team that has beaten Centennial Spring Lake Park, the number 2 team in girls class 2A.
Awesome stuff, Matt. Thanks for checking in. Have a great third.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That was Matt Harrington. Now let's check out that interview.
With Mike from Mosaic Hockey Collective. Mike, what can you tell us a little bit about the program that you're running?
Yeah, so we provide development opportunities for players of color here locally in the Twin Cities. We provide spring and summer clinics, ice time for kids to come out and play hockey.
And what is so important about being able to provide those opportunities for kids of color?
It gives them advancement opportunities as well as just a community of friends. So if something bad ever happens, they have a community that they can reach out to and talk to and support them through their hockey through the season.
And how long have you been running this organization for?
So this is our third year of clinics. We have over 150 kids registered, participate all the way from mites to high school players.
And how can people help out or contribute? Is there a place where they can go and see what's going on?
Mosaic Hockey Collective is our website, mosaichockeycollective.com, or else we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the socials.
Awesome. Check them out, Mosaic Hockey Collective. And Blind Zebra is not a big fan of the refs tonight?
No, never a fan of the refs.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Great interview there.
That's pretty cool. We met him earlier. Mosaic Hockey, bringing people of color into the game of hockey. He was even showing me they're really bringing new communities into hockey. And it looks like a blast. He was showing me all these pictures of these teams they've assembled from all over the place and just changing the face of hockey kind of one player at a time. So pretty cool work from Mosaic.
Really good work. 3-0 the score. Lakeville North leads. South in their whites, North in their darks.
There she is, Snowbanks, 1-4-1.
That was for you specifically.
She does exist. I sent you a photo from the roster card. I did not hear from my niece if I won the duck toss. So
well,
I'm thinking I did.
I think she probably won and left.
Well, I did tell her if she wins, she can keep it. So technically she doesn't need to check in with me.
She says she's an athlete too, cross country.
Yeah,
does a lot of stuff.
Well, we'll have to see if South has some fight here. I mean, this is the two teams from each side of the railroad track, so I wouldn't expect the old SO here. We won't use the word.
Ooh. But did you?
I didn't. SO.
Okay.
My son was a goalie. That's what we called it.
Oh, was he?
We called it an SO. When you're working on an SO, you don't say anything about
that's could be anything, right?
So I'm assuming the netminder, this has got to be Sophia Eckel in net, I would assume. 3.41 goals against average, 0.848, so she's on a heater tonight. I suppose it could be one of the other ones. But
Getting it done for sure here. And, this used to be one of those ones where you're saying, man, this has a lot of implications for sections. But now it's just, it's
a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Two different sections.
Correct. We got a lot of video to get to here. We've got a food review coming up. I see some Cub food stuff that we're going to be working with.
He did say that Cub video is long, but it's good. Oh, the food review we got to do.
Yeah, food
Looks
review.
Like he's hitting popcorn and a dog.
Yeah, so we've got a food review and Cub Foods trivia. Do we save Cub Foods trivia for?
Well, it's 3-0.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, do we need to get the 4 or 5?
We can run pretty fast and loose, I would say.
Okay. Comfortable with that.
The millions of people that are staying with us and thanking the good folks at Cub and Hockey Yak, I think they'd be fine with missing something.
Yeah. Let's take care of them.
And the truth is, you'll hear it if somebody scores. But we have a great spot here with the rink right behind us. I don't know why more people don't watch the game.
I would watch it from here.
The rink attendant said nobody does.
They should actually set up like a suite, something like that. Oh, there was something we were considering doing when we were getting started, but let's take a look first at the Cub Foods trivia. Or no, I think this is the food review first.
Food review here at the intermission break. Got ourselves a hot dog and a popcorn, same routine as last week. Popcorn in a bag this time. The bag really didn't stand up. It almost fell over on me. A little bit dicey. I had to eat a little bit of it down so I can set it down. So we can get into this doggy. Like it in a foil wrapper. Decent move. Oh. Plump boy, but a soggy bun. I don't know about these soggy buns, but ooh.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here.
That's actually a really good dog. When I picked up the soggy bun, I was a little worried, but the meat is delicious. I'm gonna have to give that dog a.
I might have to go get one.
8.5.
8.5.
8.5 is strong.
What did he give Stilly?
We'd have to go back, but so we got one video that had a firm bag reference, a plump boy reference, and a soggy bun reference in it. So that's a strong start for Spencer there on the food review.
Spencer's finding his A game here tonight. No, he's working overtime tonight.
Spencer could work at the old Letterman show.
Yeah, now you got
You're
me
gonna
going.
be so sick after doing this broadcast with me.
I know.
You're not going to Friday's game. The 20 seats that they gave you for free.
Yeah.
Tradition Mortgage. All I can think of, man. Besides a player named Snowbanks that plays goalie, all I'm thinking about is not coughing directly into the mic.
And you're saying that you're on the better side of this right now.
Well, by the way, if you live in Minnesota, you're just coughing you cough 6 months a year.
I do.
You go to a movie theater in Minnesota, and it's just a hack.
Well, it was amazing. So I was on my way back from a flight, and this young lady sitting next to me, and I didn't know a human being could cough that much. And the truth is,
was it me?
No, but I never even would have noticed it except for 4 years ago. It became like you're coughing, and it's changed. But I didn't get the cold. I couldn't believe it. I think I'm good.
Maybe you have a great immune system. You're like Erickson Eck. You heal faster than most humans.
Is that true?
Yeah, the guy it's like Superman.
Well, remember they put him out with that broken leg?
And he only made it one shift.
I know, but still.
He shouldn't have even been there.
What was he doing? Crazy. Ooh, there's a chance to cross the line.
I mean, this has been a smothering effort from North. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, the commitment to the defensive end has been real.
They just came and beat them. That's how it's trending.
We're going to get that Cub Foods bit up for you here.
This would be good. Spencer nerds out on the trivia.
I
think he spends 2 hours at the office coming up.
Does he really?
Cub Foods trivia for each game. There's not that many people you could send into a student section like this kid and just. I mean, he is in it. Look at these people; they're laughing.
He has, in a word, he has no fear.
It's just
it's wonderful.
Well, until we hear a cheer, we might as well keep playing promos.
Yeah, let's go with this.
Cub Foods trivia.
Time to do some trivia for a Cub Foods gift card. Let's go. What year did Lakeville South open?
You have to think about it.
I don't know. No. Wait, they're gonna steal from you. What's your answer?
1996.
That's not right. Who's got it? You know? What was that?
Is it 2004?
No, you're close. You're as close as can be.
Was it 06?
I don't know the answer.
2005. Got it. You're north? I thought this was the south section. All right. We're gonna get you a harder one then, since you're from North at the Visitors Barn. All right. What Minnesota Frost player went to Lakeville North? Minnesota Frost, PWHL. You know the women's hockey team, right? No?
It's got Taylor girl.
No, not Taylor Heisey.
Does her last name start with an S?
It starts with an F. Matt, last name starts with an F.
Maggie Flaherty.
You got it. Let's go.
Whoa.
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys are the Cougars, correct? Yeah. All right, my question, this is a yes or no question. Can Cougars growl?
No, they purr.
Can Cougars what?
Growl.
Oh.
Yeah.
They cannot.
No, they don't.
A cougar cannot growl. They purr. You were right with the purr. All right, you get it. You were right. They purr. They don't growl. They purr. Do you want a hard one? Yeah. All right. Who is the leading point scorer on the women's ladies hockey team right now?
Oh.
No, this team out here.
Oh. They thought he
Lakeville
meant the
Celtics.
Frost.
I know the answer.
I think you started to get it right.
Josie Grossman.
There you go. Attaboy. Awesome. So, what are you gonna get at Cub with that gift card?
Probably candy.
Candy? What kind of candy?
Everybody says candy.
Love that answer.
Everybody.
How about you? What are you getting at Cub with that?
Probably some Airheads.
Airhead. What are your favorite flavor Airhead?
The mystery ones. I don't know.
Favorite flavor?
The orange ones.
Orange ones? That's a cynical answer.
So apparently, if you give a high school kid a Cub gift card, they're just going to buy candy.
That's been.
I was not aware of that.
We are 2 for 2 with that.
Yeah, gummy bears last week.
Yeah, it was gummies.
So you're going to go.
You got
spend,
Airheads.
You're going to go buy $25 worth of
100%.
gummy bears.
But how long is it going to take for it to be gone? Like
I think 1 day, right?
Easy.
One
easy.
3 guys come over.
All buried. You know what though? It's good to see nothing's changed.
Yeah,
Because that's exactly what I would have done with it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the game.
Oh, it's 3-0.
What's the time?
7:32.
7:32.
10 minutes into the third.
North putting on a clinic here.
I'm seeing my buddy Jim Carroll is one of the officials. Jimmy, of course, the public address guy for the
So do you think this Edina Tonka game will actually be sold out on Friday? Because I've wanted to do this as well for a state tournament game.
I do think so.
But I mean, tradition really has to be on their horse, getting those tickets to people that are going to actually use them.
Well, and so I know this.
You got to tell people if we're giving you a seat,
so
you have to go over.
What is your? You can't just like
no, you can't
because
grab
you're
10
throwing
and
money
use
out
3.
the window.
Well, also it's not cool.
It's
if
really
the whole
not
point is they're trying to
fill the joint, and then I think the 12Us, maybe 10s, in Edina are up in Duluth at a tournament this weekend. So those would be your natural, get them there. But you have all of the might age players.
they're at the icebreaker.
Yeah, so I think you got a lot of that. Minnetonka is equally as engaged in getting the tickets dispersed and doing their deal that way. But I think it's one of those things where I don't even think you need to be from either community. It's a free chance to see 2 of the top teams in the state in what I think we would arguably say is one of the greatest high school hockey environments, not just here, but in the country.
You do realize that nobody besides Edina and Minnetonka wants to see Edina and Minnetonka.
Right. I'm trying to sell, man.
But they both got 50,000 plus communities. So
right. Well, and they have rabid bases.
A lot of puffy vests over there this Friday night. Should be good.
Wow, look at you calling it out.
Good hockey.
What color are those puffy vests?
They're black.
Okay, like this?
Probably heated. Yeah, is that heated?
It's so thin, but it's warm.
Hey, can we check in with your regular play-by-play guy and start zeroing in on a player of the game?
We do not have play-by-play on this game.
Okay.
In particular.
We need to know who the goal scorers are, or I guess we could give it to the goalie if she keeps working on this SO.
With the game day operations here, there's no way they're not live scoring this game. So let's go there, shall we?
Yeah, let's see who's done the work here for Lakeville North.
I mean, you could always go to the default goaltender.
Well, we got a pair of Hockey Yak choppers.
Oh, nice.
And we got a Pulltab Sports beanie. So we
Excellent.
could pick 2 players. If there's somebody that had 2 or 3 points, we could pick them and the netminder. And maybe just Snowbanks.
You know what? We might need to send Spencer to the score box because we're not in there. We're out here, sort of. They're not live scoring it, as you see here. So we might have to send Spencer to the box to take a picture of the score sheet for us.
I'm sure they'll like that. I guess he did play somebody's tuba upside down or whatever that was.
He did. I mean, but he knew what he was doing with those.
Yeah, he's played instruments, it seems.
He clearly did. I thought this was going to be just absolutely awful. He was probably playing louder than anybody else in that band.
And as I recall, no one saw the video; they just heard it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the high points of the night.
Just flipped upside down.
When we were watching it, it was upside down.
But it's strange when you look at it on the desktop. It's straight up. You know how that happens? You ever had that?
I got to be honest; I have no idea what you're doing here at all.
Oh, really?
This
No,
whole
like
thing is terrifying to me.
So it's like when you do a.
I would not click on anything if I did this. I would literally have a 2-shot of us, the game. And click on the guest if I could figure out how to do that. I would not touch anything else because half of my streaming services lock me out with we have a little notebook with passwords for the 75 streaming services that we subscribe to.
Do you have a ton?
We got them all.
So tell us all a little bit more about Pulltab. Obviously, we've heard of Pulltab. We know all the stuff that you guys do, but you do a lot.
Pulltab is for a flyover state of mind. If it's a big deal in the Midwest, the actual states where you can play a real cardboard pull-tab, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, Iowa, it's a big deal to us. So we work with the Wild on their marketing. We do Timberwolves podcast, Vikes Verified, Gopher and Puck Live. We do a lot of work with Minnesota hockey. There's going to be a new initiative called Skate It Forward that we're working with. That's going to be quite exciting. And we do articles, podcasts, social. I guess if you want to bring Game 7 energy to a girls' game on a Tuesday night or whatever the case may be, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to spotlight the flyover states and give them the love they deserve because you're not going to find it. ESPN's on the West Coast, Barstool's on the East Coast, and we're trying to pop a spotlight on right here in the Midwest.
Well, you're doing a great job of it. And
we're still a baby, but stuff like this, I can picture a day when we got a big tailgate out here and we've dialed in all the tech and we've, you just keep building, right? That's what you do. You try stuff and you build.
Those that take chances in this world will move forward. Those that will stay on pat and say, we're just going to run a camera and do our thing.
I may be dead by Friday, but
I
can't stop coughing.
I know.
It's a good look.
Has the cough? Look, I'm just getting further and further away.
Can you imagine if Gawker did a review of this live stream or something? It would just be amazing. It'd be like the Golden Globes. Here's the 10 worst moments from Tuesday Night Lights.
Would there be 20? No, it's
like number 8 would be playing a band video upside down that no one could see, but they could only hear.
Would that be number 8, number 7?
We'd get all. We got the AirPods. We have it all. But you know what? Some great moments too. I mean, we had a hot start.
We did.
I heard some noise there, but it was not anything. It must have been a big save right there. Lakeville South with a big save.
Shot came up from high at the line there. We got just a tick of a delay here, which is going to be natural given this setting.
I'm going to check the number on this goal. This is number 1 on Lakeville South. Oh my God. By the way, That is Snow Banks playing in net. She's number
amazing.
1.
Amazing.
They need to somehow make the tournament just for her name.
That might inspire your next video. I think that's a real thing.
Yeah, she could do like a hair look called the drift and just kind of have it all like pile up on one side. South really wants to end this SO bid. They're grinding till the finish here.
Yeah, we've got 43
43
showing on the
seconds.
clock.
Well, we got to thank Hockey Yak. If you need apparel, if you want the coach's bag, the breakaway vest, the coach's jacket, the hoodie. We're wearing the Pulltab hoodies right now from Hockey Yak. Can't stop the yak. A yak has bad teeth, great flow, and is tough, just like a hockey player. So check out Hockey Yak. And that's the 4th goal for Lakeville North. And special thanks to Cub Foods, your hometown grocer. You won't find better value than Cub Foods. They love local sports. They love our community. Go in there. If you're eating healthy in January, head on over to Cub and get your veggie tray or whatever you're trying to do, your kombucha, and take care of yourself in 2025 at Cub. Thanks for being on this experiment with us.
Yeah, it's been a blast. It's been, you get people lined up, and sometimes you think, are they going to really show up, or they're gonna bail on you? I had the meltdown of that stream unrelated to here, which we got through. So I appreciate your patience there, and you worked Matt Lee very well.
Well, that Hockey Yak, I mean, it's 10 degrees. Like clockwork, 5 o'clock, you just hear the AC/DC playing out front of the rink. And
it's amazing.
That big black matte van.
Yeah.
You truly can't
They've
stop
got the speakers that light up to the beat, where they're ripping.
That's all she wrote in the cat fight here. The Cougars and the Panthers, Lakeville North, 4 donut. Good work. The border battle is complete. Things are tilting to one side of the train tracks here in Lakeville.
One game under 500 now, Lakeville North, 7-8-1.
Yeah, that's a good win for them. Rivalry win. This is always nice. You make the team wait a little bit before you go shake hands. Little extra sauce there. I like that. Well, thanks, Pete, for doing this. We'll be in Edina on Friday.
Edina Friday. We're going to start at 6:30.
A hopeful sellout. So
we will have the Minnesota Frost, at least 5 players that we will have interviewed and spoken to.
Nice.
We'll have notables from Minnetonka and from Edina that'll be a part of that program. And then we're going to have a lot of pre-recorded videos that we're going to be messages and notes from former players. It's a 30-year anniversary of these two teams. So
awesome.
That's kind of what that celebration's about. Then, of course, we'll have Matt Lee and Terry Hughes in the group from Sophie Squad. So it's going to be a fun night.
Well, let's go figure out who the player of the game is and give them their free stuff. We're going to find a parent in the lobby. Do it the old-fashioned way. Thanks for joining us. Tuesday Night Lights. Peace.